All right. Well, today we're going to do a little bit of a special on Montecristo in this BRM. It's a really high-end limited edition cigar, Montecristo, and I want to try it out. I did a video kind of on the box and the watch because it's $12,000 for the Humidor, the watch, and the cigars. And I wasn't able to smoke on them, but I've got them now, and I'm going to wear the watch, and we'll kind of see how it goes. So let's walk over there to this. I'm in my friend's Humidor, and he graciously has allowed me to have one of these. So this is BRM, if you can read that, 10 of 32. So only 32 of these Humidors in the world. And inside of that is this beautiful BRM automatic chronograph watch. We'll put that on after we fire up the cigar. You can see he's had a few of them gone already. There's this side that's got the remainder of them, and underneath, it's just pretty nice, beautiful wooden humidor. It's got the Montecristo case there for these, and then the watch winder itself is pretty cool because you can see there it goes. So it'll keep your automatic watch ready to go if you're not wearing it on your wrist for days on end. It'll keep it wound up. So let's see, anything else we want to see with that humidor. You can kind of see that in comparison to these other cigars, but let's pull out one of these BRMs here. And I've had one already, and so I know what it is, and it was that good that I wanted to do a review. And see, it's a nice darker, almost a little bit of a reddish hue to the wrapper, and we're gonna get her started. So let's walk over here inside the beautiful humidor in Canton, Ohio. OSI Tobacco, probably the largest humidor in Ohio. You can see all around. Just a great selection of cigars. And let me put the camera up here and let's see what we've got. So in terms of the cigar, focus in here on that without hitting the other ones. You can see barcoded. Take the wrapper off. Looks like a really interesting looking band, the BRM. It's got a little bit of bumpiness there too. A nice oil, a light sheen of oil on a reddish brown wrap. And not always a huge fan of the non-Cuban Montecristos, but I will say some of their special editions are really something to behold. So let's try it out. We'll it's got a bit of a charred flavor there on the wrapper. Slight bit of spice. Draw pre-light is perfect. Nothing at all in terms of obstruction or anything like that. So I'm looking forward to a well-rolled cigar. I think at the price of these at over $100 a stick, you would imagine that it's really well constructed. So at the outset, it's pretty strong. Definitely getting some spice, but not spice that's like biting you. Like some cigars, especially lower end cigars that are spicy, kind of bite the palate. This does not. Beautiful, heavy smoke. Wow. It's heavy duty. Strong, so you know it's got really potent tobacco. You can kind of feel it through the nostril. Definitely leathery, earthy. But a deep smoothness to it. So it's I don't really have much creaminess here with it, but it's smooth, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a oomph, right? You can tell in some of these higher end tobaccos that they save seem to have that effect, you know, where you know, I'm going to say it's going to knock you off your feet, but you know, it might make you a little dizzy at first. It's burning well. I might have lit it a tad bit unevenly, so we'll try to make up for that. We'll see how it burns. So, all right, well, I'll continue to kind of give you an update here, but let's try that watch on. Let's take a look at what a $9,000 watch looks like. So the funny thing about pulling this watch out is that you can see the pad it was with is like really, really cheap. So interesting. I mean, the watch is beautiful, and I did some research on it. The BRM is it's got, you know, I think some history there, and it's well regarded. But my goodness, to have the holder be so cheap, and you know, the $9,000 watch. So getting the buckle off here. Looks like we're getting a customer, so we'll pause. All right, so back at it here, so you can see the BRM. It's a leather band, sporty for racing, and then on the other side is the movement, and beautiful open case in the back, Swiss movement. You can see the movement running around there. And let's take a look and see. There's a really cool looking crown, the Montecristo crown on that side, and nice look at the watch there. So let's see how it looks on the wrist. Personally, I think it would have been better to have a stainless steel band, but it's a nice size. I don't know. My guess is that's maybe a 40, 44, 45. Might be a little bigger than that millimeter, so you can see there without too many reflections. Probably too many. No Montecristo on the buckle. You'd think that they might have gone that far with it, but they did not. And so there you have it. That's the well, I'm getting a little bit of cigar residue. You don't usually get that. It might have been the cut, but certainly on a high-end cigar, you're not going to expect it to be a short filler. I'm sure it's not, but it's got a nice flavor. Continues to have strength, so I would put this maybe full-bodied, certainly medium plus, maybe full-bodied. The spice is coming out in it. I don't remember as much spice the last time, but you know, cigars are funny because depending on what you ate, can bring out more spice or not. So out of the flavor profile. So I'm not a huge fan of spice, but I do like a great taste of this cigar. So while we're smoking, let's look at some of those other Montecristos here, especially some of these special editions. So I really like this Epic, and see, that price point's not bad, $15.89, and it comes with the authentication card, 12-year aging, and for 15 bucks. That's a heck of a cigar. 12-year age. Look at the profile of the wrap, and you can see this, the BRM has a much more of a reddish hue. The Epic is more of your traditional Maduro. Below that is the Espada series, and those I really like. And again, price point pretty good on that, $13.99 for a really nice dark oily torpedo. The Espada says vintage 2002. So again, if you're getting that kind of vintage tobacco at that price point, that's pretty good. Now dropping down here, I don't know what makes these Epic number 2 really jump up in price. $20.99. And then another of the series here, trying to read what that says. Premium selection. So I don't know the price point on that. I don't see a tag on that one, but again, it's got the authentication. But some of those, the Montecristos that are the special editions, I do find they're pretty good. Pretty good value, and like I said, I tend to stay away from some of the Cuban brands that are now non-Cubans, because I think they try to capitalize on their name. But the Montecristos have done pretty well, and of course Cuban Montecristos are great. So here's some more of those Epics. These are a little bit, well, $16.99. Maybe that was the price over there, I forget. And then you can see sort of the classic series, what they're running, $12 and $13. So a few dollars more, you're getting a special edition, I think, with a better aged tobacco. Kind of depends on your price point, where you want to go with it. Just while we're at it, so you can see, I've already ashed on the BRM. Still burning a little bit uneven, but not bad. I think I attribute that maybe to the light. But drawing very smooth, very good, no issues. A couple other cigars I can point out while we're at it. If you haven't tried Alandino, I think they're fantastic, a small brand. I really enjoy those. He's got quite a selection of the Alandinos here. Some of the other favorites. He's got a line of Cohibas here. Again, they're pretty good, but not up to par, I don't think, with Cuban Cohibas. And then, of course, the next two sets I'm going to show you are really the crown jewels of his selection, which you'll find in a cigar shop. These are the Padrones, and he's got this beautiful Padron Humidor with the 40th anniversary series Padrones, and boy, I'd love to have that Humidor. inside, you can see the, it's on the second row. Those are the 40s. What a really nice nice humidor there. And the real rarity, you may have heard me talk about these before. These are the Padron 50-year. Really hard to get. Generally came in this incredibly beautiful white humidor, but doesn't have that. And these are the other sort of the 50-year Padron, which you can see the difference. Different. I don't know if the tobacco's the same or not. I doubt that it is. And then a brand that he never carried before, but he has now, is Davidoff. And Davidoffs are fantastic. I really like my favorites are these Colorado Claros. You've heard me talk about those. And then there's the Dominicana series, the 2014 Dominicana. So I think those are two of the best. A cigar I just recently reviewed is the 702 series. And then the Churchill Late Hours are a great cigar. So wrapping back up over by the Fuentes, I give the BRM a real high rating. I would say it's a mid-90s cigar in terms of rating. I wouldn't rate it as high as the Padron 40, maybe a little higher than the Padron Torpedo. Not as good as the Davidoff Colorado Claro. All kind of similar profiles here, but very smooth, unique flavor. You know, depending on the price point you get them at, it depends if you're going to smoke one, I guess. But I figured I'd take this opportunity and do a quick review of how it is, and you know, not everybody's got an opportunity to smoke these, so I guess I got to put the watch back in the box unless I'm going to pay him $10,000 for it. So I don't think so. Looks nice, but you know, I think I'll take my Seiko and Nanta anniversary edition probably over the $9,000 BRM. What do you think? Probably so. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you soon.